Welcome to this week's Construction Bulletin on Africa, brought to you by Construction Review, Africa's leading construction journal. I'm Yvonne Andiva. In this week's news, Zambia to construct unique headquarters, construction works for the new Morocco port launched, JKIA floats tender for domestic passenger terminal, China Communications wins $488 million Lapsset Corridor project tender, and internationally, consortium to build a $1.5 billion Lafan 2 refinery project. And finally, Kone opens its largest manufacturing facility in China. Welcome. We begin this week's bulletin in Ethiopia, where United Insurance Company, SC, has awarded Zamra Construction PLC a 140 million BR contract for the structural construction of its new headquarters on Churchill Road in Arada district. The 12-story building with 3 basement floors was designed by Gereta architects and engineers 2 years ago. UNIC is fully financially the construction of the building. Meseret Bezabi, managing director of UNIC, said the multi-purpose complex will not only create an investment opportunity but also a comfortable working environment for the employees, and when completed, it will also build a shareholders' and customers' confidence. The construction will take place on a 2,000 square meter plot. In Kenya, the Kenya Airports Authority, KAA, has invited international firms to bid for the design, construction and commissioning of a new domestic passenger terminal at the JKI Airport. KAA floated a 1 billion Kenya shilling tender for international companies to build a 1.5 million capacity terminal scheduled for completion in 18 months. The authority said in a tender notice that it intends to enhance its passenger handling capacity and improve on the efficiency of hub operations at JKIA. KAA said the new passenger terminal will have a floor capacity of 8,000 square meters on 2 levels and will have 26 domestic check-in points and 4 remote gate lounges. Construction work on the project is expected to begin in September ahead of the planned renovation of the airport's current terminal at the end of the year. In Morocco, King Mohammed VI has launched works to build a new port of Safi, a strategic project that will reinforce national maritime transport infrastructure. The mega project, which will be implemented in 3 phases, is part of the National Ports Strategy, which aims to enhance Morocco's comparative advantages, strengthen the kingdom's economic attractiveness, enable Morocco to have a market share in international maritime trade between the Mediterranean, Europe, the Middle East, and Asia. The 4 billion dirham phase of the port is due for completion in 2017. In Kenya again, China Communications Construction Company has won a $488 million tender to construct the first 3 berths at the port of Lamu in Mombasa. This is according to Sylvester Kasuku, Chief Executive of the Lamu Port South Sudan Ethiopia Corridor Project. He said that a consortium of companies led by the China Communications had won the tender, signalizing the start of the multi-billion shilling project. Kasuku said they are doing the seed investment by constructing the first 3 berths just to break the ground and put government commitment and investment and provide incentives for private sector investors to come on board. The first 3 berths in the ports of Lamu will be completed in 3 years. Lapsset Corridor project, a $24 billion infrastructure development, aims to link South Sudan and Ethiopia to the Lamu port by building a superhighway, a railway, and an oil pipeline. The project will be completed within 17 years. According to the project master plan, Lamu Port will comprise 32 berths upon completion of the Lapsset Corridor project in 2030. And internationally, Qatar Petroleum has inked an agreement with a consortium led by French integrated oil and gas company Total SA to build the $1.5 billion Lafan 2 refinery project in Qatar. Qatar Petroleum will hold 84% interest in the joint venture, and the remaining stake will be controlled by a consortium consisting of Total and 4 other parties, including Japan-based Cosmo Oil Company Limited and Marubeni Corporation. The refinery will have a total capacity of 146,000 barrels per day, which include 60,000 BPD of naphtha, 53,000 BPD of jet fuel, 24,000 BPD of gas oil, and 9,000 BPD of liquefied petroleum gas. Marubeni stated that the Lafan 2 refinery is the same size as Lafan 1 refinery, and the commencement of commercial operations is expected in the second half of 2016. The Lafan 2 refinery will produce naphtha, Kerajet fuel, gas oil, and LPG by refining the condensate produced by Qatar North Field. And finally, in China, Kone Corporation, a Finland-based manufacturer and supplier of elevators and escalators, has announced the opening of its new Kone Park manufacturing site, engineering facility, and research and development center in Kunshan, China. The Kone Park is located within the Kunshan's new and high-tech industrial development zone. The plant is located close to the Suzhou-Shanghai Expressway, offering good transport link to both suppliers and customers. The new facility is a purpose-built facility that encompasses an area of 240,000 square meters and includes 3 elevator factories, an escalator factory, and a new research and development center. The 3 new Kunshan elevator module factories will manufacture elevator cars, elevator electrification products, and elevator motors. The escalator factory produces both commercial and heavy-duty escalators, as well as horizontal and inclined auto work. Thank you for choosing to watch Construction Review News. For more news, the digital version of our print edition, a directory, and much more on the construction industry, please visit www.constructionreviewonline.com. Until next week, I am Ivana.